Hi guys, I'm going to be doing a demonstration on how to use MetalLBB load balancer for Kubernetes with VirtualBox and being able to access it through your network, outside your network and inside your network. So you'll be able to use this and forward it. The settings I'm going to be using is static IP and linked clone virtual boxes to save disk space. Let me start the demonstration now. So as you can see here, I am creating the interfaces for the NAT network and disabling DHCP as well as the host network. This host network will allow us to connect to the interface, and the internal network would not be accessible with the NAT network, except for the internet. But it would not be accessible via the internal network of my system. So I'm just showing you how I'm setting up I'm using Ubuntu. I'm just showing you how I'm going to install Ubuntu with the right settings for this setup. So if you just look here, give it some time. Okay, I'm starting the system up. I'm now stopping the system, and I'm going to modify the hardware settings to add two network interfaces. So one's going to be NAT network, and one's going to be the host network. So this allows separation of networks for security, and it kind of gives them more presentational. Just want to power it off. Okay, I'm going to check the storage, change the CPU to maximum 2 CPUs because Kubernetes need 2 CPUs for each minimum requirements. And now I'm going to start the VirtualBox, and I'm going to start installing it. After I've so I'm going to set up the static IP address for the configuration, so I have access to the internet at first. So let's give it some pause time, and we'll go from there. So it's just loading up. So as we load, let's talk why I'm going to be using link cloning. So link cloning allows you to save disk space. The only downside to that is if you delete the Ubuntu base install, then all 3 images will be gone. But it also link clone base allows you to use that same image, so you don't have to install it multiple times. So this is kind of like a real quick way of getting Kubernetes up and running. So here I'm setting up the static IP for the network. And it's going to be 10.0.2.100. And the name server is going to be Google. Let's use Google. And I'm going to save it. Network's connected, and now I'm going to continue. Then I'm going to just finish up the install. Then I'm going to skip the install while we wait. So you're not going to see me install it. I'm just going to continue from here and jump into configuring Kubernetes. So I want to make sure SSH is open right now because we want to SSH into the box so we can easily access it through our console. And now we're just installing it. And now we're going to skip the installation. Now that's after installed, we're going to then continue on with the program after I finish this up. Okay. Now that the install is done, I'm going to install Kubernetes and set up the networking for the host network platform. So if you look at EMPS08, it's not configured, so we're going to connect the network device. It seems I don't have VI, so I got to install VI right now. The sudo in, and then I'm going to install VI. I'm going to install Build Essential and Git on this, just in case you guys want to. You guys probably should install Build Essential and Git if you want to do some development on this box. Otherwise, you don't need Build Essential. It's just kind of what I put on there. You will need Git to cover the scripts that we download. I'm using another person's script that I forked to install Kubernetes. So you can look at the script if you want by going to the GitHub site. So the scripts just that I'm going to download just makes things a little bit simpler for Kubernetes, so I don't have to type it all out. Feel free to use them or use a different script to install Kubernetes on your system. So now I'm going to install the network. I'm going to put the host network on there so we can access the device via my console. So I'm going to yank the 7 lines from VI and just paste it. Okay, then I'm going to make it 192.168.56.50. And then I'm going to save the file and reboot the computer. Okay, now I'm going to do the next device, I think. Let me see. I'm going to just log in here. I'm logging in. I'm checking the IP address to make sure the IP address is connected correctly. It doesn't look like I connected it correctly. Must have made a mistake. So I'm going to edit the net plan again. First, figure out why the Ethernet device isn't working. Don't see anything in the logs. Stop the network services. Try starting it again. Check my address. Still not working. System status. I'm going to check the status of the network device. Looks like it's running, but it doesn't still tell me why the network isn't working. So I'm going to check my IP address again, and then I'm going to cat my net plan. And it looks like I'm missing the /24 on my 192.168.50, so I need to put the /24 at the end of it. So I'm going to just edit that script and put the /24 at the end of that address. Checking the tabs, just make sure everything's okay with the tabs. And then I'm just going to add the /24. Okay, save it up and reboot. And this should give me my network access to the computer, so I can easily connect to and through. So we have access to the internet as well as access to the host internal network. Okay. Bring the console window up here. I'm going to log in with my credentials. Delete the known host file because I've tried this before. So I'm going to redo my credentials and we'll continue from there. Pull up my branch, and I'm gonna check out this code here, which has the scripts to deploy Kubernetes and the containerd file. Need to run them as root. So I'm going to sudo -i into this. Put it into a folder outside of my home directory. Yep, then I'm just going to git clone. Run the scripts. Looks like I accidentally put the CD-ROM still there, so I have to modify that sources list file and take out that CD-ROM. Okay, take out the source CD-ROM, run the script again. Everything should go fine. Okay, everything's installed. Boot the computer after this. because I want to copy these now that I've got all the files I need to set up. And it should be simple as just setting up my config files and Kubernetes after this. Change the host name. I gotta change the host name for the control. And I want to reboot the system. Now I'm going to clone the device. And I'm going to call it link clone. I'm going to generate the MAC addresses. And I'm going to call it worker1. Finish. Okay. And then we'll create another one. Call it worker2. Whoops, I did a full clone. I gotta stop that and do another clone off the files. Yeah. Then I'm gonna have to clone the device off the link clone. But I cloned it off the Ubuntu Worker 1. I have to redo that. So I'm going to delete Ubuntu Worker 2 and properly clone it off Ubuntu base install cube. Yep, clone it right now. Give me one sec. Yep, cloning it. Ubuntu Worker 2. Link clone, generate the new MAC addresses, and finish. Now I'm going to start up Ubuntu Worker 1 and fix the network settings. So the network settings have to be one more, so 51 and 52. So that's what I'm going to do next. So I just added the net plan, and that's all I got to do next here. Change it to 51. And change 1002 to 101. Yeah, and then I'll just save that and reboot. Change the host name as well. After saving that. Start with Ubuntu Worker 2, do the same steps.
You can remove this. It's not locked yet. Hey, you remove it. Oh, see, you broke it already.
So logging into worker 1, I'm going to find the IP address, make sure that it's up and running. Start up the main one, because now the IP address has changed. All the IP addresses are changed.
One more, last one, the lock here. You have to put the lock. When you're done. You just need to put the lock.
Okay, I'm logging into 50, looking at the IP address, and then I'm going to ping the site, and then I'm going to make sure that all the nodes are accessible. I'm going to run the QB admin init. And then I'm going to keep this join, and I'm going to copy it to a script file. So I have it when I'm joining the other nodes. Okay, and then I'm going to run the apply. I'm going to find the apply that I need for the Calico. So we're going to use the Calico plugin. I don't have the URL offhand, so I'm just going to look for it in that script file that it mentioned previously. Yeah, then I'm going to apply that. So this is how what I'm applying here. Okay, I forgot to set the cube config to set our Kubernetes admin. So I'm gonna export, now I have to export it. Gonna apply the config. My node is ready. Going to log into my other system, and then just join those pods to the other main Kubernetes platform, the controller. Okay, paste it. Yep, and then I'm gonna just join the first node. And the first node is noded, and then I'm gonna log on to the other node, 52. Log in. Oh, look at that. So it looks like I forgot to change the host name, so the cluster is complaining that the host name is wrong. So I'm gonna have to change the host name, reboot and log in and log back out, and then rejoin after that, and delete the files. So let's the older files. So I'm gonna do Kubernetes 2, exit, log out, log back in, run sudo in. And then I'm going to run the file. Oh, I need the files. Yeah, the files. Okay, ran the network. Looks like everything is okay after this. Yep, everything looked okay. Now I'm going to go back to the main Ubuntu base installed cube.
You don't like rice with fish? Dasha? Don't like fried sweet fish?
Can I have my
Organize sweet fish, please.
Nodes aren't all ready yet, so I gotta wait a bit of time. So I'm gonna wait, and we're gonna continue on in a bit on the next setting.
Can you throw all the garbage there, please? Please, the first. Oh my God, already.
Okay, so now I'm going to start installation. I'm just going to go to the website, the MetalLBB Universe TF website. It just tells you how to do it. I'm just going to
This is just temporary
basically
for
cut and paste the script and do what they say here.
this, okay? So we just need to put this.
So can you put it the other way around though, so the paint doesn't show?
No, that's the pink is the cover up. That's the design. The pink, see?
Okay.
Why? See, because this is even cover.
Apply the edit the system file here. The Q.
This.
Change it to true. Save it. Okay, and then I'm going to apply the and load the manifest file for the MetalLBB native. Yep, here we go. Yep. And now we'll go back to the configuration. Just set up the IP rules from the click on config. And then we're just going to set up the IP rules for the pool. We're going to make it .10 and just label the MetalLBB as well for the LT advertisement. So we're going to give it about 30 addresses. Make it 20 and to 30. Save it. Yep. And then we're going to just make sure the file's okay. We're then going to
You know, you didn't do anything already. Please throw everything in the garbage now.
apply that configuration file. And then we're going to do the LT advertisement. We're almost done. Just another maybe 10 minutes more. I should have this finished up. Apply the settings. Okay. So resources, want to do all namespaces just to see them all. The flag, get pods, all namespaces. Okay, looks everything's running. So now I'm gonna start up. Soon I'll start up a node. Let's close out of the browser here. Okay. Before doing that, actually I should probably get this load balancer thing, so I don't have to type it all out. the annotations. Make my app called demo instead of Nginx. Create deployment of the demo, replicas 3. And I messed up with the name. We gotta get rid of the name. And then what I'll do is I'll expose support after this. Oh, typos. Um, deploy it. Yep, it's exposed. And then I'm going to do a get pods. And then get all namespaces for everything because I want to see the IP. The IPs look okay. Then I'm going to apply the load balancer. Now I should get the external IP.
Yeah.
As you can see there, I got the external IP there. It's applied. And I'm trying to use links. wget to get the host. Okay, and it looks like it's working. I'm getting the Nginx page. Now I'm going to exit out, and then I'm going to set up the roots on my host computer so I can access it on the network. And just try to do the route there for 10.0/24 via 192.168.50.50, 56.50, and then dev VBox. Oh, wrong internet. I tabbed it wrong. VBox, yep. And then I'm gonna now just go to the web browser and show you that it's working. There you go. There you have it. There you go. That's connected to the Kubernetes cluster, and yeah, thanks for listening. Let me know if you have any comments. Shoot them down below.